Hello, Wolfgang. Dear Wolfgang, please, can you tell me who you are?
I will try my best to sum it up. I'm a mountain yeti, so to speak. I was born and raised and also went to university in Innsbruck, the mountainous part of Austria. And then I moved to Vienna and worked for 20 years in tertiary counseling in Vienna until personal circumstances washed me up the shores of Australia. I got married to an Australian woman and moved to Australia, to Melbourne in particular, about 13 years ago. And since I arrived in Melbourne, I've worked at 2 universities as a student counsellor as well. Currently I'm working at the University of Melbourne in the counselling service. What I do there is mainly face-to-face counselling. At about a third of my clients are international students. That's one reason I was invited to speak here at this little conference. And I do supervision with people who work in the field to provide them with a reflective space to talk about their work with their clients. And I provide workshops as well and psychoeducation. A little bit of group work, but not very much.
What do you mean in the counseling context or process are the challenges with supervisor?
You mean with my work as a supervisor?
Thank you. Yeah.
I have to diversify or divide between supervision of students who are on placement, trainees we call them, who are at the very beginning of their career, and sometimes you need to go back to Adam and Eve.
Okay.
And that can be challenging, especially if you find that somebody is really not understanding what counselling is and is kind of clumsy in dealing with people. I'm not saying that the majority of the trainees are, but that can be challenging if you kind of need to say, actually you're not ready to see clients as yet.
You tell them you're not. Okay.
Of course, yeah.
Okay.
I'm obliged to do.
Oh, okay.
Because I need to think on behalf of the clients.
Ah, okay. Thanks.
And of course there's challenges in counselling international students, cross-cultural issues.
Is there one main issue come in your mind now?
No, I can't pinpoint.
No.
What I can say, a very frequent kind of presentation of international students is isolation. International students struggle more than local students to find friends on campus and also outside campus, and they often end up in isolation, and then they get depressed, and these kind of things occur very frequently.
If you could sum up for your presentation today, what was the statement, the main statement in it?
That you shouldn't fall into the trap of developing too much of stereotypes, because you have to deal with individuals, and every individual is different. Even if you have a cluster in mind, Chinese students are like that, or people from the Middle East are like that, or people from South America are like that. There's always every individual is different. That applies to local students, of course, as well, and to counsellors. That's one of the main statements. Another one is that international students come with probably more needs for counselling and for direction and for support than other groups of students, and we have very limited resources to offer, and that's somehow unsatisfactory.
Well, that's what you mind at the last strand with the title advocacy.
Yeah. What I wanted to point out is that I believe that the managers of counseling services should actually feed back to the decision makers in the university that this group of students have a higher need, and that there should be resources provided by the university to support these people, because the university rakes in a lot of money from them. So they should provide, so I believe that the universities have a duty of care to meet the needs of these students.
Dear Wolfgang, thank you very much for having you here.
Pleasure.
And give please my love and regard to Austria and Australia.
I will.
Thank you.
Thank you.